Brutality doesn't begin when leaders choose to be harsh. It begins when systems can't afford complexity anymore. Brutality is usually explained as a moral failure, as cruelty, as people deciding to stop caring. But that explanation doesn't survive history. Brutality appears in systems that are already overloaded, after coordination has failed, not before. By the time brutality shows up, the system is no longer choosing between good options. It's choosing between simpler ones. Every system depends on coordination, rules, norms, exceptions, discretion. All of it requires capacity, but coordination has limits. As interactions increase, as exceptions multiply, as enforcement becomes inconsistent, the cost of managing complexity rises faster than the system can sustain. At that point, failure doesn't look dramatic. It looks congested, unclear, unmanageable. And that's when systems stop trying to manage behavior and start constraining it. Brutality isn't cruelty, it's simplification. It's the removal of discretion, the collapse of nuance, the elimination of alternatives. Not because the system wants to be harsh, but because complexity has become unaffordable. When coordination fails, force becomes cheaper than judgment. This is why brutality often feels sudden. Nothing snaps, nothing morally changes. The system simply stops absorbing complexity and pushes it outward. Enforcement becomes rigid, rules become absolute, movement becomes constrained. Not because someone chose violence, but because structure replaced coordination. Brutality works, briefly. By stripping away options, systems reduce the number of interactions they have to manage. That creates stability, not humane stability, not just stability. And that's why brutality spreads, not because it's admired, but because it functions. Brutality isn't cruelty. It's what enforcement looks like after coordination collapses. But brutality creates a new problem. Force can reduce complexity, but it can't manage it. It stabilizes systems temporarily while making long term coordination impossible. And once brutality reaches that limit, the system has only one option left. Brutality isn't a moral failure, it's a coordination failure made visible. When systems can no longer manage complexity, they don't become cruel, they become simple. And what comes next isn't chaos, it's governance. Once brutality stabilizes a system, it creates a new problem. Force can reduce complexity, but it can't manage it. To survive, the system has to do something else.